Hello everyone, and welcome to today's quest. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you on the topic skeletal system. At the end of the study today, students should be able to explain the meaning of skeletal system, discuss bones and their functions, describe parts and functions of the skeleton, and discuss joints and types of joints. Okay, let me take you right into what we have for today. I've given you the objective of the study for today, and you have to pay attention to the objective. Now we'll start with meaning of skeletal system. The skeleton is the bony framework upon which the body is built. Bones give shape to the body. The bones make up of the skeleton. There are about 206 bones in the adult human body. A skeleton contains of a soft tissue called cartilage. Skeleton is divided into two functional parts, namely the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. So the axial skeleton consists of bones of the head, neck, and vertebral column and rib cage. The axial skeleton supports and protects the organs. The appendicular skeleton, on the other hand, consists of the bones of the upper and lower limbs, including the shoulder and the pelvic girdles. Now, we are going to look at the bones and their functions. Let me take you right into the study area so that we can take a look at the bones and their functions. So I'm simply going to type my name here so that I can log into my portal, and then we'll take a look at what we have for today. Okay, so we are going to scan a patient here, and then we are going to take a look at the bones and their functions. So I've already told you the parts of the head. Okay, so this is what we have here. This is the skull, the eye sockets, the nasal cavity, the teeth. We have the upper jaw and lower jaw. So these are part of the bones. We have the vertebral column that runs from the head down to the other parts of the body. Okay, so we are going to go in and here and look at the bones of the chest. The chest bone is sometimes called the thoracic vertebra, and it consists of the rib cage. We have the sternum, a T-bone that runs down here, and then we have the lumbar vertebra that runs down. Then we have bones here, the longest bone. We have the humerus, the right humerus, the left and the right humerus. Okay, so we equally take a look at the back side of the body. So we have the neck bone, the vertebral column that runs down the backbone, and then the rib cage is equally seen from the back parts. Okay, so we take a look at the hand bones. So close to the hand, we have two bones, the ulnar and radius. They form a joint here, and form a joint here. And then we have the casa, metatarsal, and phalanges. I said that we are going to take a look at joints in letter. Okay. So let's take a look at the bones of the shoulder. I've already said something about the shoulder, that there is humerus there. And then let's take a look at the bones of the neck. Okay, so the neck forms a joint here. This joint allows the head to nod and to turn and rotate the head round. So let's go back. Okay, so we want to look at the bones of the lower body. The bones of the lower body, we're starting with the hip. The hip bone is sometimes called the pelvic girdle. The hip bone is sometimes called the pelvic girdle. So that deep down, the lumbar vertebra end in a sacral vertebra and the caudal vertebra. There is a left femur and the right femur bone that attach itself to the pelvic girdle. So the bones runs down to the knee. So let's look at the knee bone and the bone that is formed here. So this is continuation of the femur, which form a knee cap, patellar knee cap here, with two bones called the tibia and the fibula. They run down to the feet. Now let's take a look at the feet. At this foot bone, at the foot bone, there is a joint where the two bones, the tibia and the fibula meet. They form a joint with the tarsal metatarsal phalanges. They form a joint with the tarsal metatarsal phalanges. So this is what I have for you in the quest. So we are going to go back to the functions of the bones. Now, what are the functions of the bones? The bones of the skeleton give shape to your body. It provides surface attachment of muscles. It makes movement easy. It gives rigidity. Formation of blood. Red blood cells is formed in the bone marrow. It protects the vital organs, that's the heart, the brain, and the lungs. So these are important functions of the skeleton, which I expect you to take note of. Okay, now we are going to look at the parts. We are going to look at the parts and functions of the skeleton. The parts and functions of the skeleton. We have the cervical vertebra. In man, there are 7. The first one is called the atlas. This is found close to the head region, while the second is called the axis. That's the content 3 to 7 and nominal cervical bones. The atlas. The function of the atlas, it allows the head to nod. The axis function allows the head to be turned easily. Okay, now let's look at the thoracic vertebra. The thoracic vertebra, this is found in the chest region. In man, there are 12 in number. The thoracic vertebra is found in the chest region. So we say that in man, they are 12 in number, the thoracic vertebra. It aids the attachment of the ribs. The ribs are attached to the thoracic vertebra. So it assists in breathing alongside with the ribs. It assists in breathing alongside with the ribs. Now we are going to look at the lumbar vertebra. We are going to look at the lumbar vertebra. We are going to look at the lumbar vertebra. In the lumbar vertebra, this is found in the upper abdominal region, the upper abdominal region of the body. So once you leave the rib cage, you move downward, you are going to the upper abdominal region of the body. So these bones, they are very important. It provides attachment to abdominal muscles. They bear considerably weight of the body. Okay, so if you go down to the lower body, you see a continuation of the lumbar vertebra before you get to the pelvis. Okay, so let's go to the sacral vertebra. the sacral vertebra. The sacral is found in the lower abdomen. It's found in the lower abdomen. Sacral vertebra is found in the lower abdomen. So if you take a look at the lower abdomen, you notice the sacral vertebra, and then this is found in the lower abdomen. It gives support and rigidity, strength, and to the abdominal cavity. Okay, we want to take a look at the joints and types of joints before we exit this class. We have the first type of joints here is what we call the movable joint. So a joint is a point where two or more bones meet together in the body. So we have a joint here. We have a joint called patellar nerve. So we equally have a joint. We equally have a joint in the shoulder. We equally have a joint in the shoulder region, and we have a joint here. We have a lot of joints in the body. So this joint is what we actually going to take a look at now. Okay, so all joints are lubricated with an oily liquid synovial fluid around them to reduce friction and make easy for one bone to move against another. So depending on the degree of movement, joint can be classified into movable and immovable joint. Movable joint. In movable joint, movement of the body is possible to some extent. There are 4 types of movable joints. So we have the ball and socket joint. This is the kind of joint found in the shoulder and hip of human beings. So if you take a look at the shoulder of human being, we have a kind of ball that is attached to this joint here, and we call that a ball and socket joint. Now, similarly, if you go to the hip of the human being, you are going to find a joint, a ball and socket joint attached to the pelvic girdle. So this is the kind of joint found in the shoulder and hip of human being. Such a joint allows the bones to move and turn in all directions. Okay, now the hinge joint. The hinge joint is found at the knees and in the fingers and toes of animals. Such a joint allows movement in one direction. So this joint is found in the hinge joint is found in the knee. It allows movement in one direction. It's equally found in the fingers of human beings. So they allow movement in one direction. So it's found in the fingers as well as the toe of human beings. Also found at the toes of human beings. So their function is to allow movement in one direction. Okay, so let's look at the next type of joint in this quiz called the pivot joint. The pivot joints are especially suited for rotating movement. The movement between the first 2 cervical vertebrae and the pivot joint enables the head to turn from one side to the other. The neck is pivot joint that allows rotation. So this joint is very important. So we see that the neck is very the neck is such type of joints. So it allows the head to rotate. You can easily rotate your joint because the neck is a pivot joint that allows this kind of a rotation. So it's especially suited for rotating movement. The movement between the first 2 cervical vertebrae and the pivot joint enable the head to turn from side to side. Now let's look at the next type of joint in this case called the gliding joint. The gliding joint. The gliding joint allow one set of bones to twist or slide on another set of bones. So this type of bones is found in the wrist and the ankle. So we are going to take a look at the wrist here. If you press your hand around this region, you will hear a kind of some sort of movement. So it allows the bones to move one on top of the other. So similarly, it's equally found in the ankle joint. Now we want to take a look at the immovable joint. The bones fitly close together and there is no movement. Example is the suture joint. The suture joint is a type of fibrous joint that unites most bones of the skull. This joint is found in the skull, so it unites the bones of the skull and thus prevents movement of the skull. So, friends, this is what I have for you today. But before I exit from the quest, I want to give you some types, some functions of muscles, and that is going to be in the next quiz. So thanks for watching, and do wait to subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you can see subsequent videos that I'm going to post on this channel. And like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.